Hi, this is Linda Parra from Nuestra Gente 96.5 FM and Nuestra Gente Community Projects, and this is our mayor.
Mayor Wade Kapszukiewicz. We're here on Glenwood at the Old West End, announcing our plan for investing $180 million of American Rescue Plan funding in things like more police and fighting blight and youth programming, building a new YMCA, and all sorts of things that I think have the ability to really transform our city in a positive way. Council will then have to do, beginning next year, is pass ordinances to appropriate, project after project to start drawing down money from those different buckets or different silos. But the work has to begin. We have to spend this money, appropriate this money by the end of December 2024. Over 100 brand new police and firefighters to grow the size of our force. And in the case of the police department, the largest level it's been in 20 years. 500 additional units of housing. Total elimination of private lead lines is a problem in our city. The creation of a brand new YMCA. $40 million on programming for youth. Millions of dollars to fight blight, to demolish homes, to fix sidewalks, plant trees, improve parks. This program changes the trajectory of our city in a positive way for generations to come. I look forward to City Council considering it and debating it, and I'm really looking forward to the calendar turning over to January to begin the work of investing in our city. To make available grants, not loans, but grants to families like this, so that when their lead water service lines that privately go to their home need to be repaired, they don't have to pay for it. $80.9 million goes to making sure that we maintain the basic level of service, but more than that, it's from that source of funding that we grow the police department by almost 100 officers, grow the fire department. Other main categories, green and healthy housing, $24 million. Well, what does that mean in particular? $10 million from that $24 million is the program that we've talked about here, but there's also $4 million for beefed up home code compliance, home preservation grants, etc. Job creation and economic development is its own category. You'll see $6 million here to clean up, demolish, and redevelop brownfield sites. Think of the old Barron Steel site, the Elm Street Warehouse, the Champion Spark Plug, the Albert Bierman at Westgate. All of these are candidates for this $6 million. But also $5 million for water and sewer infrastructure in the new social innovation district. $1 million for a new program to promote healthy food options where we right now have food deserts. I see Mark Folk from the Arts Commission here. We make a $2 million, $2.5 million investment in our arts and culture. The total of the job creation and economic development, all those numbers added up to about $15 million. Safe and livable neighborhoods. And again, I'm going to talk about how everything you see here is based on what we heard at those neighborhood meetings. I know there's cynicism there, I know it. But unlike the city of Pittsburgh, not to criticize, we literally spent $300 million without a single public meeting and just went ahead and did it. Darn it, we built the entire plan based on what we heard. And in some cases, it surprised us. I didn't expect the number one thing to be the lead line. But since it was, here it is, here we are. We built this around what we heard from the citizens. So under safe and livable neighborhoods, what was number one? Demolition of abandoned homes. That was number one, and so sure enough, $4 million to demolish blighted and residential and commercial structures. Interesting, we're putting money in here to add additional street lighting. I think everyone knows that by the end of this year, frankly, almost by the end of this month, we will have converted every old gas vapor light into an LED light. The 28,000 light posts will already be converted. There shouldn't be a single burned out light anywhere in the city by the end of the month. But there are still places in this city where there are no lights whatsoever. There's no light to be burned out because there's money in this plan to add lighting, and importantly, doing it this way, The citizens won't have to pay for it on their own assessment. Public safety obviously was a priority. We are spending $2 million to expand our shot spotter program into East Toledo. We have it in 2 neighborhoods right now. This will allow us to expand the program. $2.5 million to replace sidewalks. That is a multiplier of more money than what we typically spend. Millions of dollars to improve our community centers and senior centers. Money to repair and restore our tree canopy. We're going to be spending money to plant trees in the right-of-way along medians.
To the citizens of Toledo, I just want you to know that Toledo City Council will look at this very closely. We also heard from the citizens of Toledo and prioritizing your requests, your needs, and as the mayor has said, new homes, reinvesting in our neighborhoods, cleaning up the blight. That is important to you. That is important to us. So count on us to make your wishes come true here in the city of Toledo with this money. And we are excited. Toledo, we're going to look different. We're up and coming, and we're coming out. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
In few words, can you tell us what happened today?
Today we had a news conference announcing how I believe we should spend the $180 million we got from the federal government. But it's not just what I think. It was built by the input of the citizens. We had 6 public meetings. We had a survey that thousands of Toledoans filled out. Based on those results, we built a plan, and it makes historic once-in-a-generation investments, beginning with growing the size of our police force by almost 100 officers, getting it to the highest level it's been in 20 years. And this comes after an era where previous mayors, unfortunately, had laid off police officers. But it does more than that. It eliminates lead lines. Private lead lines is a problem in our city. We fix all of them, take care of all of them, like we're doing for the citizens here in the Old West End. 500 units of housing, millions of dollars to demolish hundreds of vacant residential and commercial buildings, $40 million for youth and youth programming, a brand new YMCA. This is an exciting plan, and what I like most about it is that it was built by Toledoans. We listened, we asked for their input, we listened, and today begins the process of implementing.
And when the money will be available for the projects?
Okay, well, I'm introducing an ordinance today. That's, I guess, technically what's happening is I'm sending my ordinance to City Council today. Their first public hearing on it will be next Tuesday. The first time they will have an opportunity to vote on it will be at the council meeting on October 26th. Now, frankly, I doubt they'll pass it that day. They'll probably have more public hearings. But my guess is certainly by December, they will have passed this or, something close to this. There obviously could be some tweaks. And then as soon as we, flip the calendar to January, we'll be able to start, executing the plan and investing these dollars.
And so, how important is council in this whole process?
Yeah.
And are you hopeful of them passing this plan as is?
Well, this is a plan that I think makes sense. This is a plan that my team and my department, my police chief and fire chief and other directors have been building for several months. This is a plan that the public has built, but City Council has a crucially important role. I think council certainly supports the general parameters of this plan, but I could see them tweaking it here or there. There could be a program that we suggest putting $6 million toward, and they may say, well, it really needs $8 million. And okay, so then we'll take $2 million out of here and move it over there. No, council, they are the elected representatives of the city, just like the mayor is, and their input is going to be crucial. And I can imagine, I certainly expect them to make some changes and make some tweaks. I would be surprised if they made fundamental changes to the direction we're talking about here. But, within individual line items, I can see money, being adjusted, here and there. But that process begins now, and I would anticipate some public hearings, and I'd anticipate by, probably before the holidays. This will pass, and then we can hit the ground running as soon as we hit January. My favorite part of this plan is the fact that the citizens of Toledo built it. We went into this process with some notions of what we thought was important, but we had, I think it was 6 or 7 public meetings. We had a survey that several thousand Toledoans filled out. We took that data, and there were some priorities there that were a little different than what we might have done or what we might have expected. Knowing how important trust is, we decided to build our plan around what the public asked for. So the reason you see $40 million for youth is because that's the citizens want the expenditures on kids. They want youth programming. They want summer jobs for kids. They want them to be able to play sports during the summer. The reason there's so much in this plan for neighborhoods is because the citizens wanted programs for neighborhoods. They want blight removed. They want vacant abandoned homes demolished. And so program after program, this was built by the citizens. And so really I think that's my favorite part, is that we listened to the public and we built a plan that they support. And it's going to do a lot of good for Toledo. It really, this plan truly benefits every citizen of Toledo, no matter what neighborhood you live in. This is going to grow our police force by nearly 100 officers, growing it to the highest level it's been in 20 years. This is going to build 500 units of housing, build a brand new YMCA. It's going to eliminate private lead lines as a problem in our community. That's significant. Lead lines that serve private homes. We think there's 3,000 of them around the city. We're taking care of that problem entirely. There's money in here to fix sidewalks and to fight blight and to invest in our parks. And there's something, this is one of those moments in Toledo's history where we can dream about what we can become. And this investment, I think, is an important step in the right direction.
Where and when organizations can apply for this money available for the different community projects?
Beginning in January, City Council will go through the process of appropriating money out of these buckets to organizations all over the city of Toledo. So the first step is passing this ordinance, and once this ordinance is passed and the money is put into different categories, beginning in January, City Council will have to pass a series of ordinances to start spending this money. So yeah, we have $40 million. What this ordinance does is put $40 million toward youth. But then what specifically that $40 million goes for will be determined by dozens of other ordinances over the course of 3 years, beginning in January.
Where the applications will be available for all those?
I don't know that there will be applications per se, but continuing to interact with City Council and the city, we will have on our website, answers to those questions about how programs can vie for it.
Today, the mayor announced the plan for the recovery funds, and it is exciting for Toledo. Now, it is their plan, and it will then come before City Council, and City Council will look at it and tweak it and look at the numbers. But most of all, this plan was put together from listening to the citizens of Toledo during those 6 community meetings that they had throughout the city of Toledo. I'm excited about the plan. The monies that are going to be spent within the neighborhoods is very exciting. And just like this program right here on Glenwood of replacing the lead pipes at no cost to the citizens of Toledo is big, because that cost could cost the citizen about $3,000. So that is no expense to them. I'm also excited about the monies that will be put towards revitalizing the neighborhoods, investing in our neighborhoods, cleaning up our neighborhoods, and making our neighborhoods safe. Investing in our young people, providing programs, opportunities for our young people. And the building of the new Wayman Palmer YMCA is huge for our community. The citizens of Toledo deserve it, and the monies that are going to be received, the $180 million, I, as one city council member at large, will hold the administration accountable to make sure that these dollars are spent for the betterment, for the better lives of the citizens of Toledo. And I'm excited. Thank you.